Just a few little notes. Obviously, today did not go the way we wanted in Delaware. I suspected it might. Foxy Seaside was actually racing good. I went to move her 3 deep, and Hank Levan had come out just a little bit. Really wasn't squeezing me, and I was going to give him the room anyway. But as he started to come out, I don't know whether it was his whip or his bike or what, it kind of startled Foxy Seaside a bit, and she bolted to the side. I guess the argument I could make was, if she doesn't do that, do I clear them and drop down to the 2-wide path getting into the last turn, or am I still stuck 4 wide? I have no way to know. I know that it definitely cost us a lot of momentum, and I wish I had saw how it played out otherwise, but we don't get that option. She raced good. I'm going to talk about her a little bit more in a minute. And then Gorgeous Package, I have no regrets. I wanted to be in the 2-hole, and she got away good. She didn't stick her toes in. That wasn't a dirty break. She just lost herself just for a step. She's got full sweat shoes on. We didn't add any borium. To her shoes. I think she just put a step in and lost herself, but she didn't do it dirty. You know, somebody said, oh, she stuck her toes in. No, she didn't. She rolled off stride. She was very polite about it. She wasn't rude about it. She didn't plant them. She just rolled off stride, and when she tried to catch herself, I left her down along the road just for a second in case she snapped back pacing. She almost did, but she unfortunately she did not. They moved her over. But as I said to Lauren afterwards, and our clients afterwards that were there, and Daryl, I said, hey, I was sitting in the 2-hole, and I wasn't going to be able to, being overly conservative. She scored down good. She felt great coming off the car. She felt great going into the turn. As I said, she just lost herself. Maybe she touched a knee and got out of gear. I'm not sure. But it wasn't a dirty break. She wasn't lame. She wasn't sore. It was just a half-mile track, and we were scooting around that turn pretty good. Just one of those things. So she made a break and ended up pacing in 55 off after like 59 seconds. We will race her back in. I don't think she fits. I have a lot of emails coming in right now. Anthony, does this horse fit the Constellation? Does this? I have no idea. We're going to enter all the horses in the Constellations they belong in and hope that they get in. We do have some horses that are like tied for like 18th or 17th or whatnot. We're going to have a pretty good look this week at what's what, who's going where, who belongs where, and make sure they're all healthy also. Heading into next weekend's, it's going to throw a little cramp into my plans. I'm supposed to be in Lexington on Saturday night and Sunday, not at Northfield Park. So I don't know what I'm going to do yet. I have to figure that plan out. I guess it's going to depend on who gets in, where they draw, and what they look like. I suppose will play a big role also. So that's where we're at with the horses that are getting in now. I mainly wanted to, you guys aren't blind. You saw the races today. A break, and Foxy ended up 6th or 7th or whatever she finished. But I did want to talk about the sale on Monday. I had a lot of people messaging me, okay, now we're through Jug Week. The stake season's coming to an end for a number of horses. First question, Cherry's Girl. She is going to the Keystone Classic next Saturday. Again, another thing that'll put a little wrinkle into my racing. Next Saturday, the 26th, Keystone Classic for Cherry's Girl. She will go to Virginia shortly thereafter. I think it's a 2-week break. I think October 11th is when she races. That would be 15 days, if I'm not mistaken. After that, a number of people asking about the Constellations. I think I covered that. I can't give you a definitive answer. I believe Emerald Tom is in the Constellation, but Uncle Danny, if I'm not mistaken, was a horse that looked a little sore coming off the track the other day. I think Uncle Danny's tied for like 18th, if I'm not mistaken, which would put him in the Constellation right now. I'm not positive of that, though. We'll work that out this week when we have some more definitive math to give you. But as of right now, all those horses, Tomboy Strong, those horses will all be entered in the Sire Stake Constellations. They all had Sire Stake starts and points, so we'll see who gets in and who does not. With regards to the sale on Monday, a lot of people asking me, as I said, the sales are coming up. The stake season is over. What are we doing with Aunt Lily, Melisandre, and Grand Slam Deal? So here's my plan. I'm going to float it out there for you right now. Melisandre, Grand Slam Deal, and Aunt Lily will all be in the sale on Monday. Hold on. Just give me a second. I'm going to put them in the sale on Monday because I know what I think they should bring at Harrisburg, but what comes with Harrisburg is we'd have to keep them another 6 to 8 weeks between now and Harrisburg. That's number one. Number two, we'd have to race them. Number three, we would have to ship them there. And number four, we would have to pay commissions to Harrisburg. So I have a rough idea of what those mares and fillies are worth commercially, right? We sold Purple Aura and Sweet on Pete 2 years ago, I believe. I know what we got for both of them was $44,000 each. And quite frankly, Aunt Lily has a better pedigree, was a better racehorse, made more money and won more stakes. I don't know if she won more stakes in Sweet on Pete, but I can tell you that she definitely was let's just say and again, they're both Uncle Peters, I believe, weren't they? Sweet on Pete and Uncle Peter. So they definitely are very similar in that regard. I think Aunt Lily's worth a little bit more than Sweet on Pete was, quite frankly, truth be told. So I again, you're comparing 2 years ago to now, so it's hard to say, but I have a pretty rough idea of what those horses should bring. If they don't happen to bring that, that's all right. We'll bring them home and we will enter them in Harrisburg, which the entry date is a week or two from, or maybe only a week or a week and a half, something like that, from today. Following them into the sale will be Freedom Hill. We just have a lot of horses for that class right now, and also Foxy Seaside. I think Foxy Seaside's best racing is ahead. I honestly do, but it also means that it's going to be a number of those feast or famine classes. Either you can do or there's nowhere to race. And I think maybe we'll test free agency to see what we get for Foxy Seaside. But I was really happy with the way she had been racing, and I'm not faulting her today by any means. But I think, again, those are pretty tricky classes, and testing the free agency market, so to speak, makes the most sense to me. So that's a little update on what took place today. I was a little disappointed. I knew we had long shots going in, but don't blame Gorgeous Package. She tried to zip around that first turn, just put a step in and made a break. It's neither here nor there for her next start. It's not going to matter. Foxy Seaside, as I said, her next start will be the sale on Monday. The 3 broodmares in the sale, Freedom Hill, will be going in the sale. And this is just, again, trying to clean up the barn as we get closer to filling it up with yearlings. So with that, I'm going to let you go. If you have any comments, any questions, any remarks, or anything, feel free. Send me an email, send me a text. You guys know how to get a hold of me. We still have Delicious Stone DK tonight. Good luck to all my partners there. We got a lot of work going on Friday. I did go with a bunch of babies today. I'm going to start posting videos. I have a number of videos. I'm going to start posting them for you starting tonight. Take care, everybody.